You gonna stay in there?
Let me see Charlie.
Figure we'll do a little makeup podcast since we didn't. Come on. Here's the puppy.
Oh, yeah, he looks like he's gonna get big.
She
She
will.
look, yeah,
She
she looks
will.
like
She
she's
will
gonna get
definitely.
big.
Me and my mom both keep calling her he. Like, so my mom's in love with her.
Oh, what made your
My
mom
mom
buy
keeps
you a dog?
buying her stuff. Because I don't know. I probably seem like depressed and shit. I don't
Are you depressed?
know. No, I was having a bad couple days when she actually, well, she knew I wanted a dog, as I said it, and then friend of the family was like, "Oh, we got some pit puppies," and she sent me the videos, and I was like, "Well, yeah," but she was mad at me, so she was like, "You need to come up here on money." And then, like a week later, they were like, "Does Dylan still want that puppy?" And my mom was like, "Do you still want the puppy?" And I was like, "Boy," she wasn't mad at me no more, so she was like, "We'll get you a puppy if you want." Dude, this fire, dude. So I made such a good fire the other day
Really?
that I dumped 2 buckets of water on it, and to the point where the water was boiling. So I dumped the one pot on there, it was boiling, and then I waited, then I dumped the second bucket. So I thought it was all done with. And then the next day I put some more wood and like leaves on it. And like 10 hours after I put the wood and the leaves on it, it lit itself again
Damn.
because there was probably like one little bit of cherry in there. But it was like that with wood and leaves on it for hours and hours and hours. And then you start to see a little bit of smoke come out of it. And I was like, oh, I wonder if it'll light itself. And then like 4 hours after you saw a little bit of smoke, all of a sudden it's a full blown fire again. And then and dude, there was a log with like tree branches coming off of it. It was like the thickest log ever. And it's been burning. That's been burning since last night. And now it's 5:30 at night. And fucking so this fire really has been going for 4 days straight, this fire right here.
Dude, listen. My friend, he lives right here. I could walk the phone out here and show you, and I will in a minute. He burns his whole yard to mow his grass. That's how far out in the country I am. I, and he
That's funny as
and he's
hell.
a meth head, so he does it overnight. There's been a couple times that so much of his yard was on fire that I had to just wake up and put shoes on just in case. And I just go sit on the couch for a couple hours because, like, I can't stop him. It's his yard, but I've grown comfortable with him doing it. He should work for the.
Yeah.
He should stop doing meth and work for the fire department. It burns right to the edge of my yard, and he stops it. I don't know if he's go. I don't know if he. I don't know what he's doing. It's fucking crazy. And he's got lawnmowers and all kinds of stuff that he like sells and resells and junks. His yard looks like Sanford and Son, and somehow he burns all. Yeah, he burns all in between and around that shit. He never sets any of his stuff on fire.
He never moves it. He
No,
just
he,
burns
he
around it.
burns around it. And the crazy thing is, I got up the other night in the middle of the night. He's stealing his own copper out of underneath his house. Like him and two people are out.
Hold on, real quick. Are you sideways? Is your phone sideways?
Oh yeah, that's right. I'm sorry. Oh,
No, you're good. He steals the copper out of his own
he
house.
was yeah. Like hold on, I'm gonna. I don't think he's home. I'm
There you
gonna
go.
show you. Hold on. Get a,
Yeah, just hold your phone sideways.
you can see where like. Tell me when you can see it. You see his house? You
Yeah.
see the wall gone?
Oh my god.
This is the yard I'm talking about, bro. This is
So he doesn't mow it. He just burns
look.
burns the
See
grass.
where it's burnt right there? See that black? Dude, see his wall to his house?
And he buys and sells lawnmowers and shit.
Yeah, he buys and sells all kinds of shit.
But I'm sure he does that with lawnmowers. Wait, there's nothing better than filming a meth head's house. I'm sure
Uh,
that's not going to end
if
bad.
he's in there, he's freaking out right now.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, if he would peek out the window, y'all got a pretty good relationship. You said though.
Yeah, I mean, we used to be good friends. We've been locked up together a couple of times. His mom let me stay with her whenever everybody kicked me out from up in Georgia.
Really?
Yeah, she let me live with her while he was in jail for a while. She's dead now. Her name was Miss Jessie, and she was like a real bitch to you if she didn't like you, but she liked me, and
Yeah.
she let me stay
You have
there.
that way about you.
I'm easygoing.
But for some reason, people who are normally bitches like you too.
True. She's a
It depends. It depends. It depends on if I want someone to like me or not. Honestly.
Yeah, that's true. But see, I worked with her at the restaurant and she gave Papa hell, so me and her got along because she doesn't give a fuck. Well, she didn't. I'm
Yeah.
sure she doesn't wherever she is now too.
No shit.
But yeah, well, we used to be good friends. We got locked up together, but he's like gotten so far on meth that he's like a sprayed roach,
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
wigging all the time.
I kind of miss being crazy like that.
I miss being manic now that I'm on this medicine, but I think about the paranoia and the sadness, and it's like, it's not worth it to stop.
Yeah.
It's not worth it.
No, you're right. Matter of fact, Tubi, I tried to, so I found a couple of those really good independent movies.
Right?
So now I'm trying to watch other ones I've never heard of, and sometimes they're just
It's
terrible.
hard.
But but one of these movies, I could tell it was going to be a terrible movie. But in the beginning of it, the person whoever was talking described meth and how it feels to be a meth head and do meth, described it better than anyone else I've heard describe it.
Really?
Talking about where yeah, how you lock into doing one thing and you just do it. You'll be fucking cleaning your microwave and you want to make sure you get every little parcel of it. And then when you're done, you go back and do it again. Even though it's already clean, like how you just get locked into fucking one thing.
So
There was all these people in the house. There was all these people in the house doing it.
yeah.
And want to see. I tried. I didn't even get 20 minutes into it just because I could tell it was gonna be a bad movie. Other than that part, but in the living room, there's like 4 or 5 people, and they're all doing different things. Like one girl's sitting there coloring. She's like so into it. Then another person's doing fucking playing video games. Like none of them are talking to each other.
One of 3 things is going to happen when you do meth if you do enough to get to this point. Either you're going to be super sexually active, whether it's masturbating or having sex with a girl. You're going to start peeping out the windows and going paranoid, or you're going to start cleaning and picking at the carpet and shit. Like that's the only 3 avenues there is on meth.
Well, I would say 4, man, because I would get editing videos. Like if you want to put that in the category of cleaning, like getting locked onto something.
Yeah, I think.
But dude, my TikTok and my YouTube, I just hit 1,800 videos.
Yeah.
Right, and a lot of them were TikTok videos that I sent over to YouTube, but I would just get locked in to making and editing videos and stuff like that. So it's not that they're all good or anything, but anytime I made content, I was like, I might as well just put it out there.
I do that now. I pay for CapCut so that I could get it's $9 a month. When you get a job, I'm sure that's another good one. If you like editing videos, CapCut is worth it for $9 a month.
Yeah, I believe you.
And
dude, yeah, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, I have I have an alternate account. Each video gets 200 or 300 likes. That's not bad.
You got a good TikTok.
Yeah, that's my personal page. Yeah. I'm talking about my editing page. It's called I Edit Everything with an IEYE. And it's mostly.
But then you put those videos on TikTok, you get that many likes, right? It's not its own social media platform, too, is it?
No, it's not. But it's on a separate TikTok from my main account.
I got you. Yeah, one TikTok is what you edit with that app,
right? Because the edits are so fucking homosexual that but that's what you have to make it about, something that people want to click on. So. Yeah. I mean, and I don't have nothing against Taylor Swift. 5 of her songs are really fucking good, but a lot of my edits are of her because she has a built-in fan base of millions. If you do a Taylor Swift video halfway decent.
So are you literally just trying to get likes out of it? Trying to see how many likes you can get?
No, I enjoy the process, and I want it to be viewed at the same, to be I don't care if
I got you.
I do care if people watch it or not. But it's not just her.
No, I know what you mean. You want to edit just for the sake of editing, but you make it Taylor Swift based so a lot of people see
that way it gets more, the algorithm gives it more traction.
Because I feel like I had to explain that for anyone watching.
Yeah, the process is definitely the most important thing, dude. It's fun. And
I love editing, dude. That's why I'll edit anything, dude. I'll edit fucking this dog taking a shit.
Even my daughter's friends, they're all like, dude, his edits are really good. I do really.
It's so much fun.
So much fun, dude. So much fun. And I do Marvel edits.
It's weird that we locked onto something like that too, like editing.
Yeah, it's weird. You're the one that put me onto it. They probably know exactly how addicting it is, which is why the TikTok, platform added CapCut and why it works so well. But you know what's crazy?
Yeah.
The more time I usually put in a video, the less views it gets. generally
So
speaking.
is CapCut a part of TikTok?
CapCut is the editing partner to TikTok, and you can download CapCut and use it now, and a lot of it is free. But there's
Okay, so I've been using CapCut then. Every time I use TikTok.
it's a separate app.
So when I edit stuff on TikTok, I'm not using CapCut?
No, but you're using a lot of the same programs that are run on TikTok. I mean on CapCut. So
Okay.
what you do is you'll click on CapCut while do you have more than one TikTok before I go any further, or do you only have one?
I do actually.
Whichever
I
one.
do
So
actually.
whichever one you want to post on, you need to be logged into that account.
Yeah, of
And then
course.
you click on TikTok, I mean CapCut, and you go through and like even someone like you that's not paying, like there's a million different fucking editing, splicing, fucking whatever you could want, and you can control the like you know how you use like a flash, like a flash effect on
Yeah.
CapCut. You can go on and change how big the flash is and how fast it flashes.
Oh yeah, I've been able that. TikTok's gotten crazier with their edits for sure.
They've gotten a little better, but the you just have to check it. Just download it and check
But
it
there's
out.
more on the app though. There's more on the CutCut app is what you're
And
talking
there's
about.
enough that's free that it's worth downloading if you like editing, which I know you do.
Love it,
Yeah.
dog. Love it. It's the best thing in the world.
Yeah, I do like Marvel edits. I've got some pretty cool Iron Man edits, stuff like that. And I tried to add them to YouTube, but they kept fucking. I got a mark for one of them, so I was like, you only get like 2 hits and 3 hits, and you're done, right?
On YouTube?
Yeah,
I hope not, dude. Because like I said, I literally hit 1,800 videos. Think about how many videos that is.
it's a
1,800
lot.
videos.
I'm bad.
That's a lot of fucking
I'm bad
videos.
at math. What is that?
No, but I've been hit. I've been hit more than 3 times.
Really?
Yeah, they just make it to where the videos like unwatchable. People can't watch the video.
I thought that you get kicked off after a few times. I don't. Maybe it's for something,
No,
depending on what it's
no.
for.
You talking about like the community guidelines thing?
Yeah.
No, I've had way more than 3 of those.
Really?
Yeah, it's just the video gets like people can't like the video doesn't even come out. You can still see it, but like I think other people can't see it. And you know, like you can put stuff on private. Like I've got nude stuff on my YouTube channel. It's just set to private to where I'm the only one that can see
Do
it.
you want to, dude? Sometimes since getting TikTok, I'll screen record. I've done this now. If like it's a porn star that I'm really into, and
Yeah,
I'll edit an edit for me to masturbate to. I know that's crazy. I know it's
that's not crazy.
yeah,
I like that
but I
actually.
add it to my
It's like you're taking your masturbation into your own
yeah,
hands.
and it's on a loop too, so you get really caught up. It's crazy. It's weird. I'm not saying it's not weird, but it may not be completely insane, but it is weird.
I'm not saying it's weird.
But
Some people might think it's weird.
so what the reason I brought that up though is because then I'll so that I don't lose them and I don't have to reload them every time. I'll upload them to TikTok, but only me can see this. You know where it's like only you can see this post. It's an option. And it
Yeah,
goes into a locked file on your YouTube account. There's a lock on it. You know what I'm talking about?
yeah. No, yeah, I'm with you. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, multiples of them just went right through, and for some reason, one of them got caught and got they took it down. They wouldn't even let me keep it in my drafts, and I don't know how they. I don't know what happened.
Oh, dude, I took you know the audio of Joe Biden. He's like, and I put the kids in the pool and
Yeah.
they rub my hair
Yeah.
and I reposted like I've actually got an old YouTube video with edits over that, and I got the sound off of TikTok, and I made another one just because I got so many videos. Sometimes I'll make like a second of the same kind of video, just with, like different pictures and stuff, and posted it on TikTok, and they took it down by saying like fake. I can't think of the terminology, but basically saying it was fake news. And I'm like, that's his audio.
Yeah.
Like that's not an edited audio. That's his audio.
Yeah, but that's just the bias of like of the nature of
Yeah,
fucking
that's what I'm
yeah.
saying. Yeah. The only thing it was the audio of him and a couple of pictures of him, and then all of a sudden I threw a picture in there of Doctor Evil when Doctor Evil's kind of making that face like, huh?
Yeah.
That huh face.
Well, you got it.
I'm watching The Spy That Shagged Me right now.
Hell yeah, yeah. Is that the one with Denise
It was a
Richards?
good movie.
No, yeah, that's the one with Denise Richards, right?
None of them have Denise Richards.
Oh yeah, that was Undercover Brother.
Yep, yep. It's Heather Graham, which is in the Spy that Shagged Me.
And Heather Graham, she's pretty to me, but like, I don't know. I like her personality better than like her body.
Oh yeah, she's well. I don't know why you put her looks versus her personality. She just got a personality versus most hot girls. But I was gonna say the first Austin Powers is remember the God, what was the name of the movie with fucking George of the Jungle where the girl devil keeps giving them wishes?
Bedazzled.
Is it Bedazzled?
Yeah,
Okay, so
Jessica
the girl
Hurley,
from
not Jess,
that is in the first.
Elizabeth.
She's in the first Austin
It's
Powers.
Elizabeth Hurley, and she's hot too.
Yeah, is that her name, Elizabeth Hurley? For
She's
sure.
still hot. Yeah, for sure it is.
She's hot. Yeah, she is still hot. She's one that aged very well.
Yeah, and she's that like
Very, very.
that classic '90s skinny with huge boobs, kind of tall. You
Yeah,
know, it's like
yeah,
get nostalgia jacking off to her. I remember when I used to jack
yeah.
off to this when I was 12.
And she's got that English accent too.
I can't then see that.
But no, but she's got the Queen's English
I
though.
think it's
She doesn't have that
well.
Liverpool fucking nasty.
We went over this before. Like I love the accent. I think it's
Yeah.
attractive, but not like in a toxic, sexy way. I don't know how else to put that.
I like both of them because there's a white trash English accent and a non-white trash one, and I don't know how you don't. I could see not liking the Liverpool one with the Queen's English. I feel like I can't believe anyone wouldn't think that's sexy if it's a hot girl doing
I
it.
think it's I think it's attractive, not sexy. Does that make sense? Like it's
Yeah,
not. I like to jack off the slutty stuff, not attractive, nice stuff.
no, I know what you
Yeah.
mean. The update was it like do like Kentucky? Like that's why I've had a few girl. I had a girlfriend from Virginia, Kentucky, and like South Indiana is like the same kind of thing. South Indiana is right on the border of Kentucky,
I dated a girl that had
and
the.
like I dated a girl from Evansville, I dated a girl from Evansville, Indiana, and Owensboro, Kentucky, and they're 20 minutes. They share a border, which is literally a bridge.
Mhm.
So you go over a bridge, you go from Owensboro, Kentucky and it's funny because the girl from Indiana did not have an accent, but the girls from the girl from Virginia, which you might remember Rebecca, and then the girl from Owensboro, Kentucky.
Mhm.
Rebecca in Owensboro,
Hold
Kentucky was
on.
Ashley. Rebecca was
Hold
Virginia.
on.
They had the same accent,
Was did
almost.
Rebecca used to live in St. Augustine?
No, she was in the Palm Coast. Well, no, she lived in 210.
What does she have a sister, an
Still
older
Palm Coast.
sister that was hot?
No.
This is a different one than I'm thinking about.
Yeah, but I love those. The girl Ashley from Kentucky, I used to make fun of her accent all the
Yeah.
time. And I always had to remind her. She used to get so upset. I'm like, dude, I'm just fucking with. Like, I like that accent. It's sexy. Like the best way you could describe the Kentucky one, especially more than the Virginia one, was they don't fit. There's some words they don't finish. Like hole,
Yeah.
she'll say like, "Don't step in that hoe.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't step in that
Or
hoe." Like wash your boat.
instead of bowls, it's
Wash that boat.
bows.
Yeah.
See, the one around here is not
And I
very
thought it was so
attractive.
sexy.
I like
Huh?
certain country accents are hot as fuck. The one right down here is not. It's not attractive. It's not.
Georgia?
This part of Georgia, South
Ja,
Georgia, yeah.
Georgia?
They say bows,
Georgia?
and I don't. Man, I just can't get into it. It's not for me.
I like that shit. I
You know
like
what I
that
think
shit.
the hottest accent is, and you're gonna like probably not agree, but like the Valley Girl
New
accent.
Jersey.
No, some
Uh,
yeah.
yeah, I mean it's sexy because you feel like you could trick her into blowing you.
I don't know, and
Like cum makes your tits bigger, right?
you never really see a ugly girl with that accent, so you know it's on purpose.
Yeah, I think and I don't know how true this could be, but I saw something. I think it was on Joe Rogan where, like, scientist, and I don't know, someone was saying that they've almost figured out that accent is a show of low intelligence.
Really?
Yeah,
Well, I know.
when everything ends like a question.
Yeah, but it doesn't have to be soup. Like I dated a really hot girl with that accent, and she's a nurse now, and she's way smarter than me.
Well, it's like if you're like you said though, if you're doing it on purpose,
Yeah.
which I feel like a lot of girls did, because it was a popular accent for a
But they're
while.
still around. It's
When
just not as
Clueless came out,
yeah. Yeah, when Clueless came out, it was really because that's what it used to be called, like the Valley Girl accent, referring to
yeah,
California, you know, Los Angeles.
yeah.
Yes, queen.
Like every time I do the Valley Girl accent now, I'm doing Tom Segura's version of the California accent.
Yeah. Sorry, I'd take it.
Dude, so this place I want to go back to work. There's a manager where I need to. There's three dealerships all next to each other. They're all owned by the same guy. But there's like one main manager that's been there for a while that I owe him an amends, and I kind of like I could probably still like it wouldn't be going around his back, but I could go to like Dodge, which I know he's not the manager of, and they offered me a job before, but when I told him I couldn't do the hair test, they were like, "Well, don't worry about it." Now I can do a hair test, and I could probably just go right back to Dodge and go around it. But I want to make an
Wait,
amends to him
they
first.
they make you do a hair test?
A hair test, dude. It's
Whoa.
crazy. It's the only place I've worked a lot of places. It's the only place that's ever done a hair
What
test.
the fuck? They want all of your history. Doesn't matter how long ago it was. But
Yeah,
you shave your head
I
pretty
can never
often.
tell if my dog took a piss or not. Huh?
You shave your head, so I mean, what is your hair like?
No, but they'll take it off your arms.
Oh
So, real
shit.
side note to this is they hired me before back in the day, and they really wanted me, but I couldn't pass a hair test. I could pass a piss test because you just use that quick fix stuff.
Right.
But so I shaved all my hair with no guard, and shaved my and I shaved my arms and everything, face, all that, even my arms, and I. I got him to bypass it and give me a piss test. So I ended up working for him. But then I was obviously on drugs. And those are the ones that they pulled me in the office and told me they knew I was on drugs and still didn't fire me. Didn't even tell me to quit. They just was like, try to make it less obvious kind
All
of.
they care about is
But
money.
exactly. But I think insurance for purposes, maybe they get better insurance if there's I don't know. And ultimately you probably will have a better pool of employees if everyone's taking hair tests.
Right,
You know?
right,
So so anyways, fast forward. Now I owe this manager kind of an amends because I basically gave a customer back their keys when they still owed us like $1,500, but they had a family, so I felt bad and
right.
gave them the keys without the 1,500. And then, even worse than that, I wasn't even apologetic about it. I was high on meth and chills. Like, fuck that, he's gonna film me because still didn't fire me. And then I just left one night, and that was when I went to Baton Rouge. And
I feel like you don't owe him
they
an
tried
apology.
to hire me back a year later when I was with April, and then that's when I said I couldn't take the hair test. They were like, "Don't worry about it." They wouldn't let me bypass it. So I feel like the owner will give me another chance if I'm like, "Hey, I can pass a hair test now."
Right.
But I want to make an amends to that manager that told me not to give the keys up.
I feel like you don't.
Number one, because he was,
I
huh?
feel like you don't owe an apology there. Personally,
No, I know,
if
but
it went the way you said it,
but he's also the manager. I liked him as a manager. He was always good to me, and he's the manager of Chevy, which Chevy makes the most money.
you can be like, "I'm
You
sorry
know
it
what I
went."
mean? And he's probably the longest reigning manager
You could
there.
probably be like, "I'm sorry it went down that way," or not touch it at all. But like, it sounds like you were. If it went the way you said it went, then you were. It sounds like you were right. It sounded like it was a moral decision.
I wasn't. So that's a whole different story. So the guy he bought a used vehicle. He tried to put it in four. He put it in four low to go through his
Oh
driveway.
shit!
It wouldn't get out of four low. It wouldn't get out of four low. So he drove it from the World Golf Village to the dealership, which fucked up the camshaft.
Right.
He should have got it towed. Now that being said, he brought a new used vehicle, so like we were willing to take care of it, but he caused way more damage by not just calling us. Because if he would have called us, we would have got it towed, and we probably would have
Uh,
just fixed it. Instead, he took matters in his own hand, drove it. So I was like, hey, it's a little bit of both.
right.
You know what I mean? And this guy was trying to get out of not paying anything, whatever the case is. So in either way, I took the keys and was like, I won't give him the keys without him giving me money.
So you
You
gave
know
your
what I
word.
mean? Yeah. So, and but either way, like I want this. So, but when I came back a year later, when I was with April and I went back to get the job, and they were like, "We'll hire you back." What I didn't tell you was Jack Jr., the owner of all the dealerships. I had talked to him first, and he was like, "Yeah, we'll get you a job. Let me talk to Danny." He talked to Danny, which is the manager I'm talking about, and then he was like, "Well, you can go to Dodge, which is not the place Danny's at." So it sounded like he went to Danny, and Danny was like,
Not here.
"You can hire him back, but I don't want him."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So this time I'm going to go up there no matter what. But I'm saying all that to say I've been nervous about calling this guy and being like, "Hey, I owe you an immense," and also, especially, and I was hoping I would do it, and then him just say, "Oh, you're sober. Let me offer you a job."
What?
And then if he didn't do that, and like this is the place I need to go because this is where my e-bike will make it to. They have a collision center that'll help me with my truck, especially if I'm killing it. So this is just the number one place I want to go to.
So,
And you got to remember, a lot of other dealerships, I've burned that bridge, so there's not many dealerships I could probably go back to anyway.
well, and I know this probably goes without saying, but you really need to do your best not to go in with an expectation. That maybe
Yeah,
the only thing that you get out of it is that your spirit's a little more free for making the amends, because there's a good chance
for sure.
that it won't work. But if you do the amends with the right intentions, and fuck it, it gave you more freedom and you did your part. What he does is between him and God.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. And if I'm being completely honest, I probably wouldn't even do the amends if it wasn't about the job. But it's one of those ones where if I do the amends and don't get the job, I'm still going to be happy I did the amends because I still think Danny's a good guy. And what it is I fucked up his budgeting for that whole month. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well,
So I
tough.
want to make it either way. Even if I don't get the job, I'll be happy I did it. But I'm not going to lie. If it had nothing to do with the job, I wouldn't probably be making the amends.
Right.
But if I am going to work there again, he needs to get an amends. And even if he doesn't respond or whatever, I'm still going to make the amends to him. But the reason I'm saying all this is I've been nervous about it and hitting him up. All of a sudden today, I get the balls because I'm starting to get to a point I need to get a job because I'm done with my community service hours.
Right.
And trying to get this fire going so I'd have some light. But I was thinking, I was like, oh, should I text him? I'm just in my own head, even if it's not a big deal.
Right.
It is to me, I guess. I'm in my own head. So I was like, maybe I should just text him. And I was like, no, that'll look scared all day. Let me just call him. So I call him. It goes to voicemail. And I start making a voicemail and I mess up halfway through.
Oh, Lord.
And this is me. This is something where he knows I was using. So I'm going to need to be like, hey, I'm sober now.
Yeah.
So I'm making the message. And I stumble over my words and fuck up, and I was like, oh, let me just restart this. And I'm trying to find whatever number that is on the dial pad. And like none of the numbers are restarting the message.
Jesus.
So I'm like, hey, this is Dylan, Dylan Hart. And I'm realizing I don't know my number by heart, so I'm trying to find it in the phone.
Jesus.
I was like, I'll just, and I was like, I just kind of made a sound. And in my head, I was like, I'll redo it. So I'm sitting there silently. And then, I don't find it quickly, so then I start hitting numbers to try to restart the message. So you probably hear doo, 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 and none of them's restarting the message thing. So I was like, all right, call me back. I hang up. So
Holy
it's the
shit.
worst voicemail. It's the worst voicemail you can imagine.
He probably listened to that and was like, what the fuck?
Exactly. And this is something that I'm trying to tell, like, hey, I'm sober now. It's going to be different. And it sounds like the most druggy message
Yeah.
in the world. So then I text him immediately, hoping, but he's a manager, so he's got to go back and listen to his fucking
Right.
voicemails. But I text him immediately. I was like, hey, this is Dylan Hart. Said, if you get a chance, I'd like to talk to you for a couple minutes. And I get no response. So then tomorrow, I'm probably just going to text it all out. Like, hey, man, I'm 5 months sober. You're on my amends list about that key thing. I just want to let you know I apologize. Making amends. And I'm hoping, like, because I feel like if he needed someone, and he knew that I was really like sober, I feel like he'd give me another shot.
Yeah, well, you seem to be good at sales, so I don't see why he wouldn't. Because the worst thing that can happen is that he has to let you go. It's not like, there's no commitment in sales. That's the thing about it.
I
From
feel
either
like
party.
when I did that thing and I wasn't apologetic about
Yeah.
it, that our relationship kind of changed after that.
For sure.
So that's why it's a kind of, that's what I'm trying to make
Dude,
sure.
some people are so petty that the first time you get into any disagreement with them on any level, because they don't know how to handle confrontation at all, like their whole personality changes.
I wouldn't even say he's that petty though, because he didn't fire me. You know what I mean?
I'm thinking about.
And the worst part is I wasn't apologetic either.
No, I'm just talking about how easy it is to change people's opinion of you like that.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because there's
Well, he's the one. I don't know if I ever told you this, but I was having a meeting where I speed walked because I was late,
yeah,
but I just did a huge line of meth. So I'm sitting there, and it's wintertime. So I'm sitting there in the meeting in the morning, and I'm sweating like it was the 15th, 12th round of a heavyweight bout,
yeah,
and I'm just sweating my ass off. And after the meeting, he calls me in, and he's like, "Hey, man, I thought I was getting fired." And he's like, "Obviously, something's up with you. Obviously, you're on something." And he was like, "I want to let you know." He's like, "I think you're a really good salesman." I'm like sitting there waiting for him, and he's like, "You're not in trouble," but he's like, "I just want to let you know I'm here if you need to talk." That's the same guy. So that's why it's like I want to almost fix the bridge with him before I try to pursue that dealership. Because even though it's 3 different dealerships and I may end up working for a dealership that he's not at, I'll be next to him and I'll have to deal with him sometimes anyways. Because like if you're selling Dodge, if you're at Hanania over there and you're selling Dodge, someone wants a Chevy, I can go over to Chevy and sell a Chevy. That's what's good about it.
that's a good.
It's almost like working an auto mall.
Yeah, because there's
Yeah.
everybody. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
What step are you
Oh,
on,
dude, I
bro?
almost blew. I got such ADD. I know that. Well, that's why I'm probably gonna get a new sponsor soon because it's hard for me and him to meet up. So I'm on the second step. I'm on the third step.
Okay.
I'm 5 months older.
Yeah, that's the 1, 2, 3 step you need to get in to make. Just start making your list, dude. Just start making your
That's
list.
what I was gonna start. I was gonna do that. I was gonna start doing that one
You
anyways.
don't need it. You need to start making your. And I was talking to my sponsor, and he doesn't think it would be bad if I sponsored you. You know, yeah, he
Really?
said he'll co-sponsor you with me if that would make me feel more comfortable. I just want you.
Yeah,
My whole thing is, I'm definitely better than nobody, but I want because I
for sure.
love you. I'm just trying to make sure
Yeah,
you get the best sobriety available.
I know. Oh, I know. I know. That's why you were saying that.
Yeah, and that's the only reason. But he said he'll co-sponsor. So if you start writing out your list, we'll get the big book out and go through it.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
And
Because
that's what I was thinking, man. We could do it like we could do it, and I'll kind of let him sit there and think he's still my sponsor. Not even think he's my sponsor. He could be like my sponsor here because he can't meet up quite as much.
yeah,
And he's got a different view on the steps and stuff, anyways, than you. So I mean, I just don't see because the only way I can see it hurting to have more than one sponsor is if you're doing that to get
right.
like if you said no about something that I would go to him about. Now that's not why I'm
You're
doing
talking
it.
about sponsor shopping, like doctor shopping.
Yeah. And the thing is I think it's helping him that he's my sponsor.
Well, that's absolutely the truth because the whole point of sponsoring isn't really to get the next person sober. It's to stay sober yourself. It just happens to work that way.
Exactly.
Yeah. Which is
Exactly.
where
And
it's a
he's not doing
selfish
it for
program
nothing. I
comes
think
in.
it's helping. I think it's helping him. It's just I think I asked him too quickly. And really the honest truth about it is I know as much about the 12 steps in the big book as he does. Now that being said, I feel like you know more than I do. That's why I feel like it would help when you sponsor me versus him. Me and him are almost, even though he's got like 5 years now, I've been in and out for 13 years.
Yeah.
So it's almost like me, and I was around when he first came around, so I relapsed. So I still give him credit for being sober for
Right.
5 years while I'm not. But like, it's almost like I feel like a peer with him,
Right.
versus you. You not only do you got like 10 years, but you had like a really in-depth sponsor,
Yes.
and like he just hasn't. He's given my sponsor's given me some good advice too,
Yeah.
and I've had scenarios where I've talked to him where he's been super helpful. But there's nothing AA wise that he has showed me that I didn't already know.
Right.
If that makes sense.
That makes.
And there's been times you've showed me stuff about AA that I didn't know, just me and you talking.
Well, I wouldn't mind going over your fourth step with you because what would really and I know your ego's not supposed to be tied into it, but you are my friend, and if you relapsed because you couldn't get to the fourth step because I was saying I wasn't good enough to sponsor you, imagine that. That would be a fucking terrible scenario, That
Yeah.
would be
Well, like I've never, I Joe Williams, I think is one of the best sponsors I've ever seen in general. I relapsed when I had him as a
it,
sponsor, so I've never thought someone's relapse was a reflection of their sponsor.
it's not, but at the same time, you want to get out of that 1, 2, 3 step. That's a dangerous fucking spot.
It is. It
It's the
is.
most
Yeah. The only
yeah,
reason I'm in it is just because it's all right. He works a lot. It's just one of those. I don't. One of them is that I don't have a car. Like if I had a car and I could drive to his house, we'd probably be on step 8. You know what I mean?
yeah,
But the fact is, he has to come to my house, and he's got a busy fucking schedule.
Right.
You know what I mean? And you could really say that with almost anybody. There's a few people I think would be good sponsors, but it's the same kind of scenario. They're people with 20 years, so they don't consistently go to the same meetings. Sometimes they go to earlier meetings. I'm about to start working at a car dealership, which is a lot of hours.
Right.
You know what I mean? But that being said, dealerships are the kind of places where I need to be. Like, let's say it'll be this time at night at a dealership, and we almost know for a fact no one else is going to come in.
Right.
And even if someone did, there's probably someone else there that could help them.
Right.
So I could really easily get on the FaceTime with you, do an hour of sponsorship, step work type
Yeah.
stuff, but I need to be at the dealership, but I'm not going to get interrupted. 95% chance I'm not going to get interrupted. You know what I mean? I could even tell my manager, like, hey, I'm here if you need me, but I'm going to be FaceTiming my sponsor for the next hour. Because, like, if Hannah and Nia took me back, the people that know me, they're going to be stoked that I'm in AA.
Right. No,
You know, they're going to be like, fuck yeah.
anybody that I've ever met that knew me before I got sober, every time I'm like, I'm going to ditch this and hit a meeting or I need to call, they're like, fucking do it. Please, God, call, go. You know, like but we were really, like they say in the book, we were like a tornado in people's lives.
That manager I keep talking about, Danny, the
I
one
know,
that I
that's
want to
why I
make
said,
amends
that's
with.
why I said it.
Yeah, he told me, he's like, man, he's like, he was telling me, man, he's like, it's a shame because, and he was asking, like, he saw I was getting high, so he went as the approach of like, hey, do you got something going on in your life that you're hiding from?
Right.
Because he don't really understand addiction, that
Right.
I'm just an addict, that it's not that I was hiding from something, I'm just a fucking addict. And but he was concerned, he's like, man, is there something going on with you? Like, are you okay? Is there something I can help with? You know what I mean? So he came about it in a really cool way. And he was saying, he's like, man, you're such a good salesperson. He goes, it's sad. And I've had a lot of managers tell me that. It's good. They go, it's sad. Like that guy, John, who passed away. Um, he wasn't an addict. He had a real like father to son conversation with me like a couple weeks before he died. He's part of the reason I started this time. But both of them, because you don't get close with a lot of managers, but these are two managers I got close with. And they're like, man, it's a shame because you're a really good salesperson.
Right.
And they go, but it's just this thing hinders you. Because even when I'm getting high, I'm like in the middle of the pack. I'm mediocre.
Right.
You know what I mean? Which is hard to do if you're an addict like me and you.
Yeah.
To be, you know what I mean? That still says a lot in itself. You know what I mean? Because I'm the type where if I was high, I didn't want to take a customer, and if I was withdrawn, I didn't want to take a customer.
Right.
I almost had to be right there in the,
Sweet spot,
middle
yeah.
ground almost. You had to be right there in the sweet spot, which as an addict, you're not really there. Even if you're using drugs all the time, you're not in that sweet spot.
Sometimes you go a month without catching the sweet spot.
100%. 100%. So like that's what I'm saying. Like I had to be like in the right mood to take a customer. Versus there was 2 weeks that I was completely sober in the car business. It was the best 2 weeks I ever had in the car business. In 6 years, the best 2 weeks I ever had was when I was completely off everything.
Well, and you're gonna make,
and ironically, it was my first 2 weeks in the business in general.
and I'll tell you the good thing about AA, meaning like that we have to actually change our spiritual and our personal position, like how we act and interact with the world, is that you're going to make like a million little small good decisions that you wouldn't have made before that are going to accumulate and push you further through, man. 2 weeks is nothing. Imagine whenever you're living right for a year and you've been selling cars that way.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. No, I've been pissing outside so my dog sees it. And I like to piss outside anyways, but I've been doing it outside so he sees it and he knows that that's where we piss.
Yeah.
But being a little puppy, a adorable, dumb little puppy, he tries to run into the piss. It's almost like she's trying to get pissed
I
on.
had one of my dogs do that last night. I love peeing outside too. And I was standing in a dark spot because I was out behind the restaurant peeing. I know that sounds bad, but it's like way behind it.
No,
And the only we don't have an employee bathroom in the restaurant. So I gotta go through the dining room. I mean, I wash my hands when I'm done and everything, but anyways, fucking that last puppy I got is so fucking stupid. He kept like trying to go right under my pee and I kept having to pinch it off. And I finally had to like, not hard, but like kick him in the butt and be like, that's nasty, stop. It seemed like it was on purpose.
Yeah, but they're great, but God, they're annoying sometimes. Like, what is it, last night? It's made a few accidents in the camper, and I'll put his nose in it, pop him on the butt, just barely,
Right.
just to, like where I hurt its feelings, you know?
Yeah.
And then I'll take him and I'll use his paws to scratch the door and then take him outside. and I'll give it to her give it to her last night. I was sleeping, like I haven't been getting much sleep because it wants to cuddle with me,
Yeah.
and like it'll stay on top of me.
Yeah.
It's almost like a girl you give good dick to. She's just all over me,
Well,
and which is awesome. But when you're trying to sleep, it's tough.
but it's all bonding stuff. It'll be important later.
It's all bonding,
Yeah.
and I wouldn't trade it for the world. But last night, I'm like finally falling asleep, and you could hear her scratching at the door, but I was like half
Oh,
asleep, and I didn't know if it was the right thing. So then I woke up this morning. I figured I'd slept long enough. I was gonna see poop, but she pooed next to the door, so it looks like she at least see. Okay, I am supposed to do it outside. And she tried, so I didn't punish her at all for that one. And
if you think that dogs aren't smart, watch them like make their little spot that they sleep in. They know what's going on. They understand that shit.
oh yeah.
My dogs are so
Well, now she
meticulous.
wants to sleep with me every time.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying, like, you got to be pretty smart to like grab a blanket, pull it to the part of the house you want, and then keep like tucking and
Yeah,
like make a nest out of it. It's like that's pretty intelligent.
yeah.
I feel like if I was a dog,
No, yeah,
yeah.
they're definitely smart.
So, and I say that also, I got a cat that poops and pees outside. You can train cats.
Really?
Yes, he's orange. If he ever shit in the house once, I would not let him back in. He poops and pees outside. He'll go to the door, and he'll even come to you and whine. And he either wants food or
Really?
he wants out.
Yeah.
And he eats
We
dog
were talking
food.
about before too. That's what I respect about cats though too, is
They're independent.
they're independent.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And they're like women.
Yeah. I'll tell you, man, there's been times, much as this dog irritates, there's time where I'm sitting there, she just puts her head in my lap,
Uh-huh.
or she'll come, like, she loves getting behind me. But like if she just comes and lays on me, it's like, oh, it's like it's worth all the fucking
Yeah.
little aggravations and stuff.
It is.
My mom's in love with her. I'm surprised my mom hasn't came out and said hey to her already. It's funny, every time my mom, I was finishing my community service, so I go do that, and as I was leaving, my mom was like, "Can I go see the puppy?" So she goes in the camper, gets the puppy, but then she was bringing the puppy back right when I came home. Every time my mom, and my mom's gone in the camper just to clean. Like I didn't ask her, she like just insists.
Yeah.
But she's such a mom. She'll go in there, she'll be like, "Why is all the curtains down? Get some sun in it." Like it just
Yeah.
starts moving everything around. And like in a camper specifically, you got everything in a place for a reason.
Yeah.
It's just like I even got the blinders down because in a camper, if all the windows are open or not open, but if like the glass is down, but like the blinds are open,
Yeah.
it'll get real hot. Like you need the AC you need to put it like 72 will do it. But if you got all the windows open and the sun coming in, now it needs to be at like 67.
Yeah, it's a big difference.
And now the AC's working that much harder.
They try to make them insulated, but RVs are not insulated as well as houses. They just can't be.
No. But try to explain that to my mom. Our relationship's a lot fucking better.
Good.
But it's funny too, because we will get into scenarios though where she used to never apologize when we were going to get the dog. I was talking about how like I had traveled, like I'm a little bit traveled now. And she was like, you know what I really want is for you to be fucking sober and to be fucking working. You should be working right now. She's good. And I just stopped talking. And she kind of, like, rather than fighting back like I normally would do, I just got quiet.
Yeah.
And she was like, you know what, I'm sorry. She goes, I'm probably taking out, like, I had a bad day. I'm probably just taking it out on you. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, that's never happened.
Well, that's called gray rocking, where like you go like stone cold on them and you're like in the middle. You're like, I'm not trying to win this argument and I'm not trying to lose it. I'm just right here, right now. However this plays out.
Yeah.
Like people don't know what to do with that.
You just get quiet.
Yeah, they don't know what to do with that. Imagine that. Imagine you're arguing with somebody and he stops trying to win or lose the argument. Like they're not.
Well, especially because
like,
she was, and it's part of it's how she was raised. But yeah, she was she was giving me lashes.
Because you could do.
And once I got silent, I think it became a lot more apparent that she's just lashing someone who's not saying anything.
All you can hear is your own side and what you sound like whenever you're not focusing on an argument.
Exactly.
But it's like Tom Segura said, it's not like you're also like, I agree with you now. Now you're right. I changed my. You know what I mean?
Which is condescending.
So you got to find that sweet spot, and it's usually just. You kind of just have to actually be calm because people can tell when you're actually worked up and you're pretending to play the middle. But if you get to the spot where you actually play in the middle, where you're like, look, this is just where we're at, people.
My dad showed me something on it. I don't know if he meant to do it, but he did. And it's funny because he taught me how much I interrupt, which is funny because he's the most interrupting motherfucker in the world. So I think when he used to tell me not to interrupt, I used to always be like thinking like, who, like you're me, just a crazier version.
Yeah.
Like you interrupt as much. So he would, if we were talking and I interrupt, he would just stop talking mid sentence.
Damn.
And it shows you, and I've been doing that with my mom because that's why I interrupt so much because my mom and my dad do it to the extreme.
You know which one?
They're both probably the worst interrupters I've ever seen. And like, but my dad, he would just stop talking as soon as
Yeah.
you interrupted, almost annoyingly. Where if I was just saying yeah, kind of like
Oh,
letting him know I'm listening,
yeah.
he would. And I had to tell him, but I'm like, all right, well, dude, I'm just showing you I'm part of this conversation. Like he almost went too far with it, but it did teach me
You're
something.
like, I'm just giving
And
you
like I'll do that with
engagement.
my mom. Yeah, and I'll do it with my mom, and now she catches herself, and it's funny because it's not. But you got to try to not do it in a condescending way as
It's
well,
hard.
like you're saying.
You
Yeah.
have to actually you'll feel another good one that I learned from Alan Watts, or I learned how people probably feel about it. I was already doing it. But like when somebody gossips, to just not engage at all. He said it's like
Mm-hmm.
Alan Watts says it's like casting a stone into a well and not hearing the plop of the rock at the bottom.
Oh,
And it's
okay.
you know what I mean? Like imagine how uncomfortable that would be.
Yeah.
Like if you drop something in a well and you're waiting for the water to plop and you hear nothing in return.
Yeah.
Yeah, people will gossip and I would just the same thing. I just won't say anything. I won't disagree or
See, I'm guilty. I like gossiping. Though. I'm guilty. I'm guilty of that.
I like shows and stuff about gossip. I realize, like, I think that, but in real life, it makes me sick. I think it's fun in
Yeah.
the moment, but it's like, do you want to feel good now or do you want to feel good all night?
Well, I don't like evil gossiping for sure. I mean, I get is it. I guess the gossiping I'm okay with is like I don't. It depends. Like it depends. If I hear guys gossiping like chicks and saying like really mean, evil like stuff, like I'm talking about like stuff that me and the other person would say in front of that person. They're just not there. But I know that me and them would say,
Yeah,
so I don't know. Maybe that's not gossip technically.
yeah. It's usually just like when people are trying to tear other people down.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
not like I don't get
Yeah.
involved because I'm better. I don't get involved because it makes me feel sick later on. I get like an emotional hangover.
Yeah.
And then later on, I'm like,
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
just, I
Yeah.
don't like feeling icky. I think that's like worse than a toothache. The worst pain in the world is feeling like emotionally hungover, like icky.
Well, you're aware of that stuff now that you've been sober as long as you have.
Right.
You're aware of it.
You're aware of it. And there's ways to deal with it. Like
Yeah.
even if I have a little bit of a bad day, something just slightly off happens. I may not even mention it to my sponsor, but I'm going to call him that day and talk to him for a few minutes. And
Yeah.
just talking to somebody who has their head on straight will kind of straighten you out in a way,
For
you
sure.
know? And
Absolutely.
it's like we're not even talking about the problem I had that day. We're just talking about each other's day. And luckily, I'm good friends with my sponsor. Like that, you shouldn't be friends with your sponsor thing is crazy. The only reason I was like,
Yeah.
kind of against it with me and you was because I don't know. I just want what's best. I want you to get the best recovery possible. I don't want you.
Oh, I knew. And plus, I already knew talking to you about it anyways that no matter what, you were going to talk to your sponsor about it first, which is
Yeah,
exactly what you were supposed to do.
yeah.
You know.
But
Real quick, going back to what we were talking about though about Alan Watts or no, what were you about to say?
no, go ahead. We can go back there.
Well, Alan Watts, and like that's why I love that we both listen to Alan Watts and Carl Jung and stuff. Because the one time I heard him talking about how, like if somebody is being like rude or like coming at you aggressive or gaslighting you or something, I can't. It was someone like Carl Jung or Alan Watts. I think it was. It was one of them two. I'm pretty sure. But they were like, the way you respond is, like, hey, if someone's being like rude to you, like, oh, I'm sorry, I don't know if you realize that you saying that. I feel like they said like the way to respond to that, and it's, I'm sorry, I don't know if you realize, but the way you said that sounds manipulative.
Yeah.
It sounds like you're trying to
Well,
manipulate me.
what you're doing is
You know what I
you're
mean?
taking the responsibility off of them with the first part of the sentence, and the second part you're explaining that it was toxic.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know if
no,
you realize
yeah,
this or you mean it to, but it sounds like you're trying to manipulate me. That guy. Yeah, exactly.
because you're not going to
The
reach.
detectives do that a lot, where they're like, where you take the responsibility and blame off of them
Right.
immediately.
And then also
Yeah,
what a detective will do is what's called minimizing, and that's where they don't
exactly.
deny that you did the crime, but we see so many criminals, it's all new to us. What you did is
Yep.
so small, and then they do what's
You stole $100. We see people steal thousands, and you just stole 100, and
right
then they do the thing where it's like,
rationale.
I would have done the same
That's
thing. Like if
yeah,
my kid was hungry, I would have.
yeah.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
I just saw that on a
There's four
podcast in like
stages
the
of it.
last week.
That's probably we saw the same thing.
What the
Probably yeah.
fuck?
There's four stages
What
of
was
it.
it on?
I think it was Sean Ryan.
Might have been Sean Ryan, but
Because I watch clips of Sean Ryan.
and that might
I've
have
been
been
having trouble watching whole podcasts because he's a sleeping podcast for me.
yeah.
But then there's so many commercials and it's smart to do. But even commercials in podcasts, even the ones they do, the volume still always goes up.
You
And I
know,
just hate
I got
I hate a fucking loud commercial in the middle of a sleeping
I
podcast.
got a theory for why the volume goes up. Do you want to know what it is?
Oh, well, they want you to hear it.
Well, of course they want you to hear it, but
Want to make sure you hear it.
but what happens is like when a commercial comes on, you usually go to the fridge or the bathroom. So, so you're
Oh,
so
okay. Make it go further.
so that because you know usually if you're going to take a bathroom break or you're going to grab a soda or something to eat,
That's smart. That makes sense.
so what they do is they pump the volume up so that as you walk away, you can still hear the advertisement.
That makes a lot of
What I
sense.
always thought.
That makes a shit lot of sense.
Yeah.
That actually makes more sense than the one I said for sure. No, that makes a lot of sense.
And I think that's
I never thought of it that
and
way.
they passed laws to make that illegal, by the way, too.
I know. Hold on.
But
Charlie.
I've never seen it in practice. I've never.
Did I just say Charlie crying? Charlie. See, it just got renamed to Charlie today, so I don't even know. Okay, there you are. That's what's kind of cool about dogs. I'm sure, like, if we were months in and it established its name, that wouldn't work. But just using that tone of voice, I think, works in the beginning.
It does.
Because its name's gone from Patricky. Like, these are three names that it's been, or even more when you consider the nickname of the original name. But it's been called Patricky, Patty the Batty, Cookie Monster, and now Charlie. So it's had fucking 5 names since I've gotten
They
it.
get so
That's not even the ones I thought of before I got it.
They get so used to it though, like you could start using nicknames, and like my dogs will reply to their like one of my dogs is named Rodin, and I call him like Rhodesia or rhododendron or Rod, you know, and he knows anything that starts with the R, he'll come to in a certain tone, and then like with my other dog, I call her Biddy, and I'll call her Bid or Itty or Sweet, you know, and she'll come to any of them. And I didn't name each one of them got their name later in life because I didn't have either of them from birth.
Oh,
My
really?
brother,
So what, you changed the name on them?
I didn't know the name, so I didn't have a choice.
Oh, okay, got you. Yeah.
So you know, I did change the name, but I just had to. I had to figure out what to call them.
Yeah. No, I figured you wouldn't just change the name. That's why it was cool when I got this puppy. They didn't give it a name on purpose.
See,
because they had a litter of puppies and they knew they were gonna.
That's what I did with this last litter, and now we got one dog left out of it.
Oh shit! She's never really barked like that before. It's cool to hear her bark like that.
Yeah, but
she gets nervous. There's other dogs in other yards around here.
She's barfing,
and they'll bark. It makes her nervous because she's still tiny. But there's a big old dog next door, a big old fat fucking bulldog. But luckily he really loves puppies. His name's Groot too, like the fucking superhero.
I am Groot,
or the tree thing. But he loves puppies and stuff.
That's good. I got one around here.
But my mom's got that 3-legged Chihuahua, which fucking hates my dog because it's an old 3-legged Chihuahua. You know what I mean? My dog's got a puppy in it, dude.
My Chihuahua is the sweetest dog ever, dude.
Really?
So
we're actually coming to see you, Mom.
Barks at nothing and is just a loving, like you'd never think because he's a Chihuahua that he would be that caring, but he's so calm.
There's a Chihuahua right there. That's my mom's Chihuahua. We were just talking about Chihuahuas.
He looks sweet.
He's got chilling. 3 legs still. You know, after me and Lee started beefing like we did, Lee still gave my mom like $3,000 to fix her Chihuahua. Give Lee. Oh, I thought he did. I thought he gave you money for Ben Sidra. Did he give me almost 1,000? Oh, okay. 500. Didn't he give you 1,000 before that? You gotta stop living that around Charlie. So yeah, we'll name you paid for it, so we'll name it Charlie. Probably
What?
works.
Um,
Well, no, I wouldn't say that if you didn't give it a good name too, though. Either. Oh, we're losing.
I'm losing you, bud. Where are we at? I can't see the
It's,
time.
but we're at
This
55.
is good, man. Hang out with your mom. Hang out with your dog.
Well, I'm losing light more than anything.
Yeah, we're losing light, but the
And,
service is
yeah. Well,
We-
the service I know why because I walked to the front of the house, but there's no light over here in the back.
but still, we did it.
But
We
yeah,
got an
we're
hour.
at 55.
I'm
Yeah,
happy. I'm happy you
and
got a
this
new
is really
dog.
just a makeup for last week, anyways.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
we'll do another one
So, hey,
on.
Mama.
Hey, Jody.
How you
Happy
doing?
Thanksgiving.
Thank you. Happy Thanksgiving to you too.
Jody's gonna sponsor. Jody's gonna be my new sponsor.
I was gonna say that
He's got like 10 years.
over the next couple of days.
She needs to have a sponsor.
Yeah, I know.
Huh?
I was just gonna say that you need to start writing out your list so we can start looking at
Yeah, no, for
causes.
sure.
Yes, start the list.
I can start doing that now. I just should I just start out with just a list of people or what?
I
Good.
what? There's a
We don't meet every day. What are you talking about? Okay. Well, no, but I'm about to.
yeah. It's all right.
Go ahead, Jody.
No, I was just gonna say just is there? Do you have any literature on how to do that?
Yeah, I got the big book.
All right. Well, just go. I'll send you some pictures from another book that I use, but
Okay.
just start writing down the people,
Yeah.
and then we'll start going through causes and conditions and what it affects, and you know how it goes.
Okay. So people I got a resentment towards, right?
That's what I would start with. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's actually cool because I don't have a resentment against you, so it works out. I really don't.
People,
I'm gonna put my mom at the top of the list.
and it's people, places, and things.
Yeah. Say that again,
It's
Jody?
people, places, and things.
Okay. So make a list of people, places, and things.
Yeah, like
with?
like for me, a big one on there was the sheriff's department.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
And maybe maybe like you're mad.
Here, hold the phone, Mom.
Maybe and it might be like you got in trouble at Walmart one time, so fuck them, or you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, it's full. Give it sometime later.
Mom, there's a crate right here. Just hold my drink for me.
But anyways, we'll go over it in the next few days so we can get you through, and then we'll go into 5, and then you'll be rolling.
I'm getting it right now, Mom. Yeah. I'll make a list. You said we'll talk tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll talk tomorrow. I'm gonna try to. We might do the podcast tomorrow too, because I think I got to peel shrimp tomorrow.
Okay.
And I think
that's fine.
it's probably going to change to Tuesdays every week because that's the day Papa wants it done.
That's the day that actually makes more sense to me anyway.
Good. That'll work out perfectly. I love you. Tell your mom I said.
I love you too.
Tell your mom I said bye, and I'm happy you got a puppy, bud.
Okay. She can hear you.
Bye,
All right.
bye, y'all.
We love you.
Love you.
Bye.
Dylan, hold on to those.